Everybody, welcome back live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive. We have for you today our first music show of the fall, which I'm very excited about. We got a couple return guests, two of the best in the business, Charlie Carrazzo, Gary Backstrom. They are the Coalboilers.
Finally come along. Something good to 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 finally, something good to finally come along. Know what I gotta say? Finally, finally.
Nicely done. The Coalboilers in the house. Charlie Carrazzo, Gary Backstrom. How you doing, boys?
We're doing pretty good. We snuck beverages in here.
Uh-oh, Maeve's gonna say don't.
Sign here very serious.
Yeah.
Very clearly says no beverages.
I got my own. I got my own sign right here.
I didn't
See
Mine's
that?
covered. What's up, Drew?
How are you, man? Great to see you guys again. You sound great. You guys got chemistry. You guys played together since when?
The 1900s.
The
1900s,
late
yeah.
1900s, yeah. I think we started in '96. I think that was when our first gig was.
Yeah.
There was still gasoline then.
Gary and I, like we do now, we've always been in different electric bands.
Yep.
And our bands back then would play, all the rooms in Boston, and then we would come together on Sunday nights
Yep.
when we didn't have a gig, and we would play acoustically up at this place called the Attic in Newton Center.
Oh,
which
wow.
used to be the Union Street Bar. It's not there anymore.
Okay.
But,
That was in the 90s?
in the 90s
Yeah.
and
Early
into the
2000s.
early 2000s. We played there for a long time.
We crossed into the next century then.
Were you guys always? But the Coalboilers came later, right? You gave that name later, or were you always?
No, that's because the place was heated by a coal boiler unit it was the coal boiler unit for the whole block.
Oh.
Union
Yeah, it was one of those old industrial
It was a
blocks.
big furnace.
Okay.
And the owner
Before it was a bar.
one of the owners of the bar named us the Coalboilers because that building housed the old coal boiling unit that heated the whole industrial
I see.
brick
There was
block there.
there was one big block. It was at the end of the block, so it would circulate heat to all the buildings.
All the conversations I've had with you guys over the years, I don't think I've ever come across that. We've never talked about the name origin. That's interesting.
Super interesting.
It kind of is. I kind of like that stuff. Oh, very good. How was the summer? Everything good?
Boating? You boated?
I boated.
As a
quite
sailor.
summer
Is
was
sailing and boating the same thing?
good. Sailing. A lot of sailing.
It's a form of boating? Okay.
A lot of sailing, a lot of music. It was a great summer.
Okay.
And I swam and played a lot of music.
There you go.
You sailed, I swam, and we both played
Beautiful.
together and apart.
Fall a busy time for you guys, or do you try to take a breather after the summer? How does that work?
Okay.
I think summer gets crazy.
Yeah.
Summer gets crazy.
Like summer gets a little crazy. There's a little bit of a breather. We usually don't take much of a breather till the winter. The fall still keeps it up. It's not like summer.
Do you keep playing Hampton into the fall a little bit here? Or?
No.
Yeah, that's what-
no.
yeah.
Hampton Beach stops on Labor Day.
Wow. Okay.
It's
yeah.
like after that, it's kind of boys of summer up there.
Yeah.
It's a little sad.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yes.
I had a busy September. October slows down a bit, and then November kind of thins out for me. And then I think my band only has 2 gigs in December, maybe even 1.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's fine. We got,
But it's okay.
well, because I need to write. I need to finish like 5 or 6 new songs. So that's my time to do that. And
That's-
then start to book again. That's fine. It's nice to ebb and flow a little bit.
Okay.
Like this week's been great to like not go to a rehearsal
Yeah.
or a gig after my teaching gig. I like to go home and I can just
Yeah.
be at home and do things there.
And then we call you and bother you.
No, this is great. This is good. I need to get a nudge. So it's not Charlie.
Good.
That's
good.
always been a big part of the Coalboilers too. Is like we'll each when we're writing new songs, it's always been a great sort of little crucible to bring the new
Sure.
songs in and try them out live acoustic before you bring them to the band. And I know
Sure.
Gary's helped me so much over the years, and things that I wouldn't even think about. Little melody lines and harmony lines and things like that in the songs, and even arrangements. And we work on them in the Coalboilers first, and
Yeah.
we're doing that today. Almost every Coalboiler show we've ever played, we probably play 2 or 3 songs that we've never played before.
Oh wow.
Last time we played in Portsmouth.
We played last time. We got out on a limb in Portsmouth last time we played. We played.
That was great.
Yeah, we played like 10 new songs where we're just, because it's, with 2 acoustic guitars, it's a lot easier to just,
Yep.
say, okay, let's try this. And you don't have to worry about all the other guys. And
What's the last one? Have you guys played that many times before together?
Is this kind of brewery?
Oh, finally? Yeah,
finally.
finally we've been playing.
Same with the-
We've been
I was
playing
gonna say
since-
because that's not one you just worked up. You can tell by the.
No, my band recorded that, and then we started doing it And I actually haven't played it with a band until last Sunday. My band did it, but I've only played it with Charlie for the last 15 years, probably.
Okay, 15 years.
Yeah, we've been playing that song for a
It's
long
taken on
time.
its own life.
Do you guys ever have a song that, like, maybe, do you ever bring it, Charlie, and you're planning to do it with the band, maybe, and you want to work it out with the Coalboilers, and then maybe you guys look at each other and say, maybe that one's just acoustic. Maybe we keep that one right here. I like that.
There's been a couple like that. I think Train is one.
definitely-
Train is one that Gary wrote, which I love. It's just a great song. But for some reason you hadn't played it with the
I
band.
just
And
never do. It just never clicked. It clicks with you when we do it, but
then I do a lot of those, as you know, that I played on this show before from the record, which Gary is on that record that's sitting right over there.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
You have a very high-profile spot in the studio,
yeah,
actually.
that's pretty. Actually, I'm
Yeah.
very honored. I'm like right there. My record's sitting right there.
You get talked about the most because people, right as they're making the corner to go to their guest seats,
Wow.
they,
who is that?
That's a lot of those, sort of mid-tempo, slow songs, sad songs that
yeah.
maybe the drunk bar crowd doesn't really want to hear, but
Yeah.
in an acoustic setting they go over well.
And that
So
scares your
Gary and I
mother-in-law,
play
if I
a lot of
remember
they're
correctly.
really good. They should be on like the radio. They're so good.
Oh,
They're really
well.
good.
They are on the radio.
those.
Hey. Speaking of that,
Is that a segue? Is it the next song called Radio or something? Yeah. Okay. Again, Charlie Carrazzo, Gary Backstrom joining us. They are the Coalboilers here. So what was the highlight of the summer though for you guys? I know we kind of started that way, but was there a moment that I guess I'm sad that summer's leaving.
Well, we
Looking
played
for-
one thing. I don't know that it was a highlight, but it was definitely the most exciting. I thought one of the most exciting gigs of the summer. We went up to Maine. We went up to Harpswell, Maine.
this was just yeah. This is crazy. Go ahead.
So we went up to Harpswell, Maine. We had never been up there before, and it was sort of in the back of someone's house. They had built like a professional stage. They had a professional sound system. The sound guy was a definite pro.
Yeah.
Everything was set up like it looked like it was going to be a great night,
There
and
was a professional river too.
and it was.
Okay.
But the skies opened up, and not just a rain. It was like a deluge of water. It was like somebody turned on
It was biblical. It was crazy.
It was unbelievable,
Really?
and there was a river sort of running under the stage, but not when it started raining, but when it kept raining.
Yeah.
The river that was under the stage was rising.
Oh, no.
And it was what we did was we moved all the sound equipment back,
to the drum riser. Oh, we sat on the drum.
and we sat on the drum riser, and then everybody who was there came up on stage, and the party was like on stage.
That's intimate.
There's no way they would have. I mean,
And there was a couple hippies rolling around in the mud out in the rain. But like other than that, it was.
I kept thinking the stage was gonna. So the river emptied out into like a lake over there, and I'm like, we're definitely going down. Like this thing is gonna like lift off and go whoop into the lake, but it never did.
That's probably a cue for a lot of artists, a lot of musicians to stop playing for the night, but not you guys.
Well,
No.
a long way.
We had driven a long way, and they were game, and it was like it's Maine.
Yeah.
They make it happen.
Yeah.
If it was somewhere in Massachusetts, they might have called it, but not in Maine.
It's kind of it's probably it's like a badge of honor you guys probably earned too over the years, right? Like if it's any obstacles thrown at us, we can find a way.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yes. Sometimes you hate those obstacles.
So, yeah, well, sometimes all your equipment gets ruined. And then,
Yeah.
I played a gig in the rain this summer, and all of a sudden my guitar wouldn't work, and I brought it in to get looked at, and they were pulling out rusted pieces of metal from inside of the guitar.
Oh, no.
I'm like, this is why it doesn't work.
Yeah.
all the connectors are corroded. I'm like,
Yeah, I heard you guys were standing in standing water on the stage last weekend. As a matter of fact.
Oh yes, my band played the Bogastock Festival, and there was barely any cover on the whole stage. It was.
What festival was it?
It's called Bogastock. The place is like it's a fishing game. It's Bogastow fishing game, but they call it Bogastock to make it sound like Woodstock.
I see. Yep.
They had bands all day, all night, and it poured. There was just a little bit of a roof, nothing on the side, nothing on the back, and the sound company. I mean, it was one of the nicest, biggest sound systems I played through for a while. It's just getting poured on.
Yeah.
Like, there was no coverage. They covered the monitors, and that was it. I don't know what happened there, but
Damn. Well,
Yeah,
that's
can't do anything about the weather. It's like that was one of our most epic gigs this summer.
all right.
that was the most rain I've ever encountered playing. That was crazy.
Wow. Okay, so rain is the theme here today so far. Very good. You guys got another one? I know we got a lot of music to get to.
Yeah.
Today,
So speaking of,
Yeah.
I have a.
Speaking of.
I have a. Well, let's want to do the reggae song.
Yeah.
All right. So we got a couple new ones,
Okay.
and this is one that I just taught Gary. So.
All right. Live at Drew's house, Charlie Carrazzo, Gary Backstrom, the Coalboilers.
And this one's called "Tell Me Why." Tell me why shouldn't walk right out your door. Tell me why had to go. Tell me who's that short skirt for. I don't believe you anymore. Tell me why had to go. Sure as I lay here all alone, trying to have faith till you say so. You won't say who's on the phone. Tell me why you're leaving home. Oh, I think I already know. Watch the rain fall down from a cold bed on the floor. Voices in my head say you don't love me anymore. Tell me why shouldn't walk right out your door. Tell me why had to go. Tell me who's that lipstick for. I don't believe you anymore. Tell me why you had to go. Your eyes used to shine every time you looked my way. Now those same eyes, I don't know. There's a stranger lying in my bed, darkness crawling round my head. You don't have the strength to let me go. But I'll be fine in time, and you're already gone. So just come right out and say that your heart's not mine, that you're moving on. Why you treating me this way, all this way? All these things I know, 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 yes I know. Tell me why shouldn't walk right out your door. Tell me why you had to go. Tell me who that short skirt for. I don't believe you anymore. Tell me why you had to go. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why you had to go. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why you had
Nicely done. Charlie Carrazzo, Gary Backstrom, the Coalboilers in the house, live at Drew's House, Joppa Afternoon Drive. Hope you're all doing well out there. It is our first fall music show of this year. So fall got up on us quickly, and you guys have the honor of being the first fall music show. Very nice.
Nice.
It's a big moment, right?
Happy fall, everybody.
I know.
Pumpkin spice, Drew.
They start the pumpkin spice in like...
In mid-August.
In middle August, yeah. It's like early to middle August.
Pause on that pumpkin spice.
I got a little angry about it this year. I saw it way too early. I was like, put it away. We're not there yet. And you know me when I get angry.
Take those boots off and put the donut down.
My goodness. Summer's like 6 weeks here anyway. We don't need to be starting things early. But, yeah, actually, I've actually done a couple shows since I got back from Arizona, and we had some nice off the air conversations where you guys giving me a hard time. The story goes, I can't hear out of my left ear at the moment because I got a bit of a ear infection from. We won't get into details, but more little stuff in the ear, and I can't.
Little bachelor party shenanigans.
Little bachelor party shenanigans, and that's what you heard, did you? Yeah, that's what the word on the street is. Yeah, so that's where we stand right now. So the hearing hasn't quite come back in the left ear, but you guys sound great anyway that way.
Well, if people like what they hear, Drew, they can come see us live.
Oh.
At the Newburyport Brewing Company on Thursday, October 24th.
This is the worst one you've ever done, I think. This is the worst segue I've ever done.
That was smooth. Smooth segue. Thursday, October 24th, 6 p.m. to 9, which is nice.
Yes.
Especially on a weekday. Starting at 6.
Be
home early, 6 to 9. Come to enjoy some delicious craft beers at the Newburyport Brewing Company. They have cornhole there. They have bocce. They have pickleball for all you pickleballers out there.
Sure.
Didn't they just open up a room with racquetball or something? In the back?
It's pickleball. Yeah.
I was very surprised to see that.
Pickleball. It's the new paddleboarding.
It's the new paddleboarding.
Yeah.
It's the new rage is what it is.
Paddleboarding or cycling.
Yeah.
They're all things that annoy me.
Maybe they should put a spinning class in the back while we
that would very much annoy me.
Well, that is the one thing. You actually were worried about it too, weren't you? About the noise of the pickleball in the background? Because
no, it was the other way around.
Oh, it was?
Actually.
Okay.
The pickleballers came and complained about the noise.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
That can't be true.
It
is true. It is true. One of the pickleballers came out and said he couldn't even hear them keep. And it was a moment. One time.
Well, too bad.
Wow. That enrages me also.
That's one of the first complaint I've heard of that nature.
Have they heard their own pickleball play?
I know.
It's not exactly a relaxing sound.
People are very serious about pickleball.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Just like they're very serious about cycling in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
The guys with the the shorts and the hats and the shirts and
shaved eyebrows.
Yeah, when you get cut off by a cyclist. That's happened to me too.
It's a situation in West Newbury that we have to deal with. This like this.
I guess it's first world problems, but
the pickleballers are very serious about what they're doing over there.
We're tennis guys too. You're a tennis guy.
Yes.
So
and a squash guy, which is
It's not a built-in bias, by the way. I think you'll agree. People sometimes look at me and say, "Oh, another tennis guy, all upset with the pickleballers." But there's like real
rivalry.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
A little bit. Well, there's a lot of they take the tennis courts.
That's the biggest thing. They take up space on the tennis courts.
There's a turf war happening,
which is a real issue when it's very
like the Warriors,
popular.
But it's different.
I think you think
it's really different than the Warriors.
I also think
like old references. I was gonna reference Breaking Away with the cyclist, but nobody out there would even get that reference.
I also think, Gary, you're taking this a little not as serious as you need to. It's a real rivalry.
I'm just trying to blow it out of proportion just to make it funny.
It's a big thing in Newton. It almost like divided the town.
What?
Yeah.
Because that was more noise, I think, than space, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
People playing that pickleball at 9 p.m.
Well, they got big problems in Newton. That's one of them.
That's one of them. Yeah. I think. Oh man, but yeah, that's the deal. So, if you ever see pickleballers, make sure they haven't stolen a tennis players' space.
We have tennis courts right down the street from where I live on the boulevard in Gloucester. It's a really nice tennis court, and I wonder if that's happening there. I'm going to have to look.
There you go.
It's happening even in East Boston, and the new people that are moving into East Boston are taking the hockey court. which is like, the rollerblading hockey,
Yeah.
which is big in East Boston. They got a big tournament there every year. It's a big deal.
Yep.
And
It's not good.
The new gentrification of East Boston. It's like the pickleballers are bringing their portable court down there and playing on the hockey.
It's everywhere. I live in Danvers. They got
It's a problem, Gary. It's a serious problem.
I know.
I don't think you're taking it
If
seriously.
we're going to leave here with one thing, it's going to be you realizing the serious problem.
Well, I think you should dress up like Happy Gilmore and get a hockey stick and go down there.
It's good, Drew. It's nice to be able to come here and get and feel like I'm a kindred spirit. This kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm getting a lesson in social strife.
Well, in Danvers, it's become so. There's in Danvers. There's 5 courts, and many tennis areas are set up with 5 courts. They felt it wasn't appropriate to put one "This is only for tennis players" sign. They put it up on every single court down the way. Tennis only, tennis only, tennis only, which seems directed at the pickleballers, if I had to say.
I don't know who else it would be directed at. What else are you gonna
Every
do?
now and then you'll get a rollerblader on there, but that's where we're at. So yeah, it's a big issue, and
I'm glad we took this time to discuss it.
how do we go from my ear to that? Just things that are really annoying me this week. Charlie Carrazzo, Gary Backstrom, the Coalboilers in the house. Are you guys still I know you got songs to finish. Are you guys writing consistently, or do you write together? Do you write solo?
We usually bring stuff in. Go, can you help with this? Or I thought this would be good for this. Or can we try this out because I just wrote it and
Yeah.
see what happens.
Are they all new songs? Or
Definitely helping with arrangements, helping each other with harmonies and some parts. But for the most part, we bring songs in that are pretty much fleshed out, and then we put the finishing touches on it together before bringing it to the bands.
The harmonies obviously take a lot of work, right? I mean, those things don't just come
They're
naturally.
intuitive now. I think they.
Now they are, but that's the benefit of.
With 2 people, it's a lot easier to find a harmony. It's when you get into that third and fourth where it starts to take a little work.
Yeah.
Figure out who's going to sing what, and then remembering.
Gotcha.
Remembering is the key word.
Bandmates forgetting stuff, is that what you mean?
Doesn't happen.
We're not saying anything
Yeah.
on camera, Drew.
It's usually the drummer, right? It's usually the drummer. The drummers are usually the badasses, right? They're not showing up on time.
Does your drummer sing?
Everybody in my band sings. So sometimes we have 6-part harmonies.
Yeah.
Like that song that I just wrote that you heard. There's 6 to 7 parts of harmonies layered on there. So it's hard to do it without all of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Gary's band has 5 or 6 fantastic singers in it. They can all really sing.
Do you guys ever go out and see even a duo? Do you ever go out and see a duo and you're like, ooh, they didn't put in the work. Sloppy.
Oh, I've seen
Sloppy.
things like that. I also saw this.
These are gotcha questions, Drew. This is hard nosed
I'm
journalism.
feeling loose today.
These are.
I can only hear out of one ear.
What we do is sometimes people ask us what we sound like, and and this is no diss on the Indigo Girls, but I always say, well, it's not like your normal acoustic duo. We don't sound like the Indigo Boys.
Okay.
I say that sometimes, but it's because I think a lot of times you go out and you see an acoustic duo and you expect a certain thing, but Gary and I like to. We like to get loud and we like to get danceable. Yeah. Like we've opened for some big acts. Like we played the Paradise in front of Aquarium Rescue Unit, and we played in front of the Radiators back in the day, and we've with a dancing crowd.
Was that in the attic?
No, that was at Harper's, I think.
Damn, you got a good memory.
But so we've played some shows to some dancing crowds. We like to get people up and moving, and it's not and I don't think that's what everybody expects when they go out to see an acoustic duo.
Sure.
So we try to be different, and we try to play songs that maybe you wouldn't expect an acoustic duo to play. Like we play "Welcome to the Machine" and some crazy stuff like that. And we encourage the sound guy to put all sorts of delay and effects on the vocals so everything spreads out.
Give it a big thump.
Yeah, I like that. I've seen people request just bands with you guys, and you expect to hear maybe one of the top hits, and every now and then you'll play, let's do this one. I'll say, I actually don't even know that song. And then I'll go back and listen to it, and it's a damn good song.
We have a huge sort of, between the two of us, our set list is it's giganto. We gotta be up. We gotta be up to
1,000 songs played at this point over the years.
And sometimes we'll forget that we know one, and it'll be like, oh yeah, we haven't played that in how many years?
I just the last song I heard coming in here, just coincidentally, was a song that I believe I learned from you, and I didn't know it. It's a Zeppelin song. That's the way.
Oh yeah.
That's the way?
That's a great song.
And I never knew that song until I heard you play it during the pandemic, I think.
Yeah, that one. That's my sound check song. I always play that. At
Oh, do you?
sound check. Every time I'm checking my acoustic guitar.
No kidding.
I
Yeah. The
always doing that.
That's beautiful. That's why I know that song, because I said I like that song a lot. Went back and heard the original
Great
version.
song.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of great songs, see that for a segue? What do you got?
John?
Let's do that one last.
Okay.
Let's do my sad one first. Because yours is so much happier than mine, and it can't really be an afternoon drive with Drew Moholland unless I come in here and depress everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play a song.
Get the Kleenex out.
I'm gonna play a song. This is also a new one,
Yeah.
and it's for it's one of those with a parentheses title. It's called "Before She Opens Her Real Eyes," but the real title of it is Dee Dee's song, and it's for my Aunt Dee Dee, who recently passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It is for Dee Dee.
All right. Take it away. The Coalboilers live at Drew's house.
Before she opens her real eyes, before she shakes off the last of this life's disguise, let the last thing she sees is our smiles and not us crying. Before she opens her real eyes, let us speak from the heart, so she hears our goodbyes, and the sound of my voice and the notes from this guitar as they rise. And the stars are all tumbling at 1,000,000 miles an hour. We're all just trying to hold on, and I know something bigger holds this whole thing together. Knows if I'm right or I'm wrong. And I can't help but thinking she's waking up now, singing, "Funny, how long was I gone?" As she's opening her real eyes, she was a dancer in this life, was a hard-working mother and a rock of a wife. Sense of humor so fine, got her through all the hard times down here. Maybe she's still hanging around, just to make sure we're all safe and sound. Gotta let her know that it's okay to go. We'll be fine here on the ground. And the stars are all tumbling at 1,000,000 miles an hour. We're all just trying to hold on. And I know something bigger holds this whole thing together. Knows if I'm right or I'm wrong. And I can't help but thinking she's waking up now, singing, "Funny, how long was I gone?" As she's opening her real eyes. All the birds singing their song. It's so strange how life just moves along. Like to think that anything is ever really gone. Oh, she's taking one last look back. Oh, she's patting herself on the back, smiling at the love she grew in this faraway worker. And the stars are all tumbling at 1,000,000 miles an hour. We're all just trying to hold on. And I know something bigger holds this whole thing together. Knows if I'm right or I'm wrong. And I can't help but thinking she's waking up now, singing, funny, how long was I gone? As she's opening her real eyes.
Nice. Charlie Carrazzo, Gary Backstrom, the Coalboilers. A song for Charlie's aunt. They're very sorry for your loss there, my man. It's,
Oh, she was funny.
oh, yeah?
Yeah, she was a wise ass. She was great.
You guys were close?
Yeah, very close.
Yeah. Oh, I'm very sorry for you.
You're not supposed to say you have a favorite aunt, but
Ah, there you go. Outstanding. Again, Charlie and Gary, the Coalboilers. Go check them out. The big thanks to May Power today, too, producing the show.
Hey!
She really is the best. Very lenient with me when I'm throwing crazy requests at her. So thank you, Maeve. I don't say that enough during the show. Sarah Hayden, the boss, Ryan Rothberg, our small but mighty team here in Newburyport. Thank you guys for being so great as always. And you guys have, I think, you wanted to get to some stuff, right? You guys, do you get all your shows out there that we have coming up?
yeah, we've got a Space Moose show coming up.
Yes.
Space Moose is the new band.
Okay.
Way Up South is still going.
They have bumper
going-
stickers.
Going strong. We got
Or-
the
yeah.
the,
you go.
the logo sort of wrote itself. I think we're gonna be Space Moose for Halloween.
Sure.
I think that's our Halloween costume right there. What
Okay.
you're looking at. So we are also playing the Newburyport Brewing Company on Halloween.
Doing the Halloween show?
Which is also on a Thursday,
lovely.
the 31st, the actual Halloween day.
Yep.
And it's starting at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Bring your costumes, win a 6-pack of beer.
Is that like an annual thing you do Halloween at the brewery usually? I feel like you've had costumes before.
I think we might have done it before. We did New Year's Eve.
Oh, maybe that's what
We
it was.
did New Year's Eve a couple
yeah.
of years back, and
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like a clubhouse over there. It's fun to play there.
Yeah. Okay. Legitimately now with the pickleball.
Yeah, that's my show. That's in November, which is
Oh yeah,
far
no,
off.
that's going to come quickly.
Wow. On 11/22, I'll be at the Magic Room in Norwood with the Peach Eaters, but it's my band and the Peach Eaters, so it's a double bill.
Okay.
Gary Backstrom Band and Peach Eaters, and I'll play with them that night as well.
Awesome.
That'll be a long night of. That's a very cool room. The walls are made out of video screens, and there's clowns and weird things that pop out of the walls and like move around. It's definitely something to check out. Just to check, and it's probably free parking. It's a cool place.
Dude, there's a lot of people that are scared of clowns. I don't know if you're like helping your
Yes.
cause.
It's a Seinfeld
Somebody walked
episode.
out
I don't
and
wanna-
Our show is freaked out.
I'd be out of there.
I'm not going back there.
It's a Seinfeld episode, right? Where you go, you like clowns? Kramer like runs away. Right? I think I'm right. I mostly got the plot there. I mean, you're still in Gloucester, right? You enjoy the music
do.
scene up there?
I do. Yes.
I like the Gloucester scene too. I'm a Danvers guy, so it's kind of I can either come to Newburyport or kind of go Gloucester way.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to get a residency up there in Gloucester, the Coalboilers.
Maybe
We're
like
gonna
online or
we're
somewhere.
gonna try to figure out a place where we can play regularly in
Yeah.
Gloucester. Get that going up there.
Yeah, it's a good little spot. And have you guys been into they got a new kind of a bigger venue there now, the Cut. It's good.
I've been in the upstairs, not the downstairs.
Yeah, I was there on their opening night. I haven't actually seen a show there, but a couple of the guests have been in. But anyway, it's a nice little bustling music scene, which I like. All right, so we got all the shows up there. Do you ever think? It struck me when you said you looked at Charlie's album there earlier, and you were pretty much giving a lot of props how great the album is, which I agree. I listen to it all the time. Do you ever, when you're getting these songs thrown at you, like, and vice versa too, do you ever just think, God damn, where'd that come from? Like, just that is some good writing.
Oh yeah,
Like-
totally, all the time, the whole time.
Like, do you guys still blow each other away sometimes? That's basically what I'm saying.
I think each of us have tried to write after hearing one of each other's songs. I think each of us at least once or twice has tried to write a song like the other one.
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
I want to write one like Gary, and Gary's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I want to write one like you guys.
The very first song we played today, I wanted to write a song that sounded like Another Planet.
Yeah.
And I sat down, and that's what finally is.
Yeah, that was my old
I
band.
modeled that directly after what
Yeah.
I thought you guys sounded like at times.
It's much better than what we ever sound like.
No, it's not. No, it's very good. Because our bands were playing together all the time then. And we used to do a Tuesday. He had a residency at Harper's Ferry, and we did it. But a lot of our bandmates would come on. I'd come in. We'd do a big mashup of players. And
Yeah.
right around that time was when that got written. And it's a total tip of the hat to you and to that group.
Oh,
That's
it's very sweet.
direct.
You know, you guys are also breaking the mold on something too, because I once heard I recently heard a Paul Simon interview, which was not that old, a few years ago. I think it was Howard Stern, if I'm giving credit where credit's due. But Paul Simon was talking about breaking up with Garfunkel, and he said it was something to do with a movie and acting career that Garfunkel had going on. But he said we would have broken up anyway, and the line was because duos don't stick together, and you guys have broken that mold.
Oh, this is definitely the longest standing project I think either of us
Yeah, even
have
yourselves.
had over
Yeah.
the years.
Yeah.
The key is,
It's less stress.
we don't play together all the time. I don't.
Oh, no, we're just kidding. There's a lot less stress involved. Like we'll play a lot, and then we won't see each other for like a month.
Yeah.
And then we'll play, and then we won't. And then,
Yeah, it's weird how that goes. Sometimes we'll have 4 gigs in a week.
Yeah.
And then we won't play for 2 months. And then we'll, have a couple gigs, and it's strange how they just sort of line up. But
Yeah.
whenever we have a free day, that's why we play a lot on Thursdays. We play a lot on Sundays.
Yep.
days when our bands aren't playing.
Days when the bands aren't playing.
And you guys also do a great job, and I'm sure this is not. I'm sure this is an intentional thing from you guys. But I've seen you guys play many times before, and I see a lot of repeat musicians that I like. I'll go back and see them several times, if you know. Especially, I have some friends that are musicians, and it is easy to become like stale. You have a different crowd coming to see you every night, and maybe it's the similar set list or similar arrangements. I never really feel that way with you guys. You're always kind of surprising me.
Yeah, we never write a set list. It's very rare. Sometimes we'll write down a bunch of songs that we want to play during that night, but even that's kind of rare. Like for the most part, we're doing, we're playing the night, as a friend of ours used to say. Like,
Yeah.
play the night, don't play the set.
And we each pick, like he'll pick one, I'll pick one. But we don't even say what it is. We just kind of launch into it.
Yeah.
So he'll launch into something, and
Well, you can
I
feel
better
that.
know it, and vice versa.
You can feel that kind of rawness to it, though, or rawness in a good way of like playing the room and.
Yeah, it does keep it fresh. Plus, there are songs, and like Gary said before, sometimes it'd be like we'll be in the middle of a show, and one of us will think of a song that we literally haven't played in 20 years.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh,
That's a good idea.
remember that one? That
Yeah.
would be good right now.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's like right now is the moment to bring it back, and we do, and so that makes it fun.
Yeah, well, I'm knowing you like I do, and you're also the kind of songwriter that very much is in the moment. I mean, you just wrote a song about your aunt who passed away. I mean, you're always kind of taking in your surroundings, and whether it be.
Well, I got to play that at her funeral, actually. Which was like, it's all sorts of, there's all sorts of reasons to play music, and playing at weddings is obviously much happier. But there's something really like poignant and important about playing music at funerals. It's very sad, and it's not the first time I've done it. And I had a hard time keeping it together when I did sing that song, but. It was cathartic. It felt so good and it just sort of brought the family together. And it's important. It's
Yeah.
one of the best and highest uses of music, that there is, playing at these family
That is a
events.
hard thing to do. I know my dad is a singer, and he gets asked that from like the family all the time, whether they were like close or kind of not, So it's kind of like, oh, David will be there. Can he sing? And like sometimes he's told me before, it's like it's just sometimes you really gotta depending on how your relationship with the person. Sometimes it's like I'd rather not sing for this one, but I'll do it because they asked. But it's like it's a tough thing. He was saying sometimes, and depending on the relationship you had with somebody. So I always think about that whenever I hear somebody perform at a funeral. I'm like, I wonder how hard this one is, But anyway, I am sorry for your loss, though, Charlie. And you guys sound
She
great,
had a
though.
great life,
Great life, good.
Yeah.
Hope we all do, right? Well, how old?
Older,
Yeah,
late 80s.
late 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's full life.
That's the one. That's great. Charlie and Gary, let's see. Let's end on a more upbeat note. What's
Yeah.
So this is an old song by my old band that we converted into our own style. So that's something we do sometimes too. It's like one of our
Right.
songs.
This one doesn't sound anything like
the original.
way the band plays it.
Yeah, if you started hearing it, you'd recognize it if you knew it, but you'd be like, "Oh, that's a different. It's kind of spin." Yeah, it's called "Can't Get Enough," and it was a Jiggle the Handle song. It still is, but it's also a Coalboilers song when we do it this way.
Do you like taking these, John? These you probably heard this song before you even started playing it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was a big fan of Gary's band
Yeah.
before, and our bands played together before we started playing together, which is how we met.
A lot. Yeah.
But I was, you know, I would pay a cover to see Gary's. I still would pay a cover to see Gary's bands, but I think his band now is even better than ever. You know, as it should be. And the songs that are coming out are even better than these old ones. But this is one of my favorites, and this is one I used to see you guys play way back.
And now
One
you're
of the
playing it
originals.
together. Very good. All right, well, we'll let you guys play it out. Thank you guys again. Thank you, Maeve. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you to our whole team. You guys are great as always. Charlie Carrazzo, Gary Backstrom, the Coalboilers, bringing us home.
Thanks, Drew.
You want a solo?
No.
Okay. All right.
You just don't know how you can lose me. I wait for you with bated breath. Under the stars, you get to me. Honey, I ain't hard to get to know. The wolves are howling in the moonlight. Sweet summer air is in my veins. I can't hold back my desire. No, it comes like the rain. I feel your eyes, they look right through me, like moving mountains in a dream. Sweet Lord, yeah, you're like a river in a painted watercolor scene. My body's shaking while my heart beats. I feel my hands begin to sweat. Intoxicate me with your body. You know you haven't even touched me yet. Feel like I'm dreaming. Don't wake me up. Keep blowing my mind away. You hear the word of love, but I just can't get enough. You're such a sweet thing. I just can't get enough. Just can't get enough. You're such a sweet thing. I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. Now nothing's getting in the way, dear. There's no time escaping without you. Pushing my buttons every time now.